Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look, and test the Hiwill USB Condenser Microphone. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. And here are the specifications for the Hiwill USB Condenser Microphone. And now let's go ahead and open up the box by flipping open the box flap. And let's go ahead and remove the inner packaging. Or perhaps lift the entire internal box out from the packaging. And of course there is a user manual, and just making sure that there's nothing else left behind. So that's the contents from the box we've just removed. Let's go ahead and open it up further by opening this inner box here and sliding the contents out from it. And once again, making sure that there's nothing else left behind. Okay, so that's the contents of the entire box laid out on the tabletop right here. Let's go ahead and of course start off by taking a look at the user manual. So there is a fold-out user manual here showing the user instructions and specifications of the Hiwill USB condenser microphone. And of course there is a reverse side as well. And just skimming through it very quickly, there is some troubleshooting information as well. So once again, here's the user manual that goes right across several pages, and on the reverse side as well with the introduction and installation information. Okay, and of course troubleshooting as well. So we can go ahead and set the user manual to one side right now and move on to the USB condenser microphone itself from Hiwill. So let's go ahead and slide that protective cover off from the microphone. And now we have a good look. Let me just rest it on the tabletop so my fingers aren't in the way and you have a full view of the entire USB condenser microphone with the stand or tripod itself. So let me put it this way so you have a better sense of the setup. So there we go. And then let's now take a close-up look by first looking at the stand or microphone tripod. Let me set the microphone to the side for the moment as we focus on the tripod itself or the microphone stand. So it is very lightweight, and I think, yes, it is made out of plastic, but there might be some metal elements as well. You can hear that that is a plastic clack there as I tap it with my fingernail. However, the legs are metal, or at least they feel metal or metallic, but I could be wrong. But nonetheless, a very lightweight construction right here of the microphone stand or tripod itself. And it does have rubber feet or silicone feet at the bottom to absorb any vibrations and of course give it some grip as well. And you can see the top does swivel, the microphone holder does swivel to allow the adjustment for the microphone. And just making sure, being a bit careful here with the legs, because I think they are made out of plastic. So let's see what we can do with the legs here. So we can of course spread it open, but it's just being a bit gentle there because I think they are made out of plastic. And the top does separate if you need to. So no need for that, but just showing you, just making sure that I was deploying the legs in the proper manner. So no need to separate the top. The legs do just fold out. There we go. So now, given that they've now been deployed, you can see very clearly what it looks like now. Very nice and stable with the non-slip ball feet. So that's a pretty good design right there. Nice and stable. Okay, so now moving on to the condenser microphone itself. We have a nice good look. You can see the Hiwill branding straight away. And of course there is a button at the top as well. So a single button at the top to operate the USB condenser microphone. And let's start off at the tail end, or the USB plug end of the microphone. So a simple USB type A connector right there. Okay, and moving up, of course, let me take out this elastic band, because it's always good to know the length of the USB cable or lead. So right there, moving the stand to the side and hopefully giving you some perspective and idea of the cable length. Okay, so just keep it down right there. And then for some perspective, showing you the size of the USB condenser microphone itself in the palm of my left hand. So it is quite light in weight, and size wise, resting there in the palm of my hand, giving you a good idea or reference to the perspective and size of the Hiwill USB condenser microphone. So this one has a plastic construction, as far as I can tell. You can hear that it is kind of clacky instead of making any clinky type metallic sounds as I tap my fingernails on it. So right there you can see the Hiwill branding right there, and with the side view right there, and the front as well. Let me move that cable to the side so it doesn't blend in too much to the foreground, giving us a proper view of the microphone itself. So straight ahead into the head of the microphone right there, you can see the slats in the front and on the underside as well. So, and side view, of course. Camcorder is having a little bit of difficulty trying to obtain some focus on it, given that it is pretty shiny. So there we go, a nice side view. And let me move that stand perhaps to that side. And thus we have a nice and unobstructed view of the microphone right here. So nice good view now without any obstructions. Okay, so there we go. The Hiwill USB condenser microphone. Very light in weight and has an overall nice construction and finish to it. So you can see it's nice and shiny with the chrome finish, and it does have a slightly phallic or central design to it, I must say. So this is strictly for external use only. Okay, and on the rear side there is a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack or audio output for headphones. And giving you this view as well, of course. So overall, you can see a nice, simple construction and better view right now with the condenser microphone resting in my hand there. Okay, so as we've seen, there is that button at the front to operate the microphone. And of course, placing it in the stand is very straightforward. Just slide it into the holder, and there it stands very nicely in its stand. And there we go. So nice, good look at the Hiwill USB condenser microphone with a very stable stand and a very, very sleek design to it. Okay, now let's go ahead and plug it in. So I do have my Alienware, my trusty old Alienware M17XR3 laptop on the side. I'm just going to plug the USB cable into it. And now you can see very faintly that the multifunction button at the top of the Hiwill USB condenser microphone has lit up. You can see that green ring around that button there. And on the laptop, it's showing that the device is now ready to use. So very simply, should we need to record, let's go ahead and tap on that button right now. And that will allow us to record. So start stop recording does work very simply by pressing or toggling that multi-function recording button right there at the top. So you can see it is green now. Tapping on it goes red. And let me see if I can adjust the volume so we can hear some playback. Okay, so very simply, we can actually listen to it directly. And let's see how this works. Okay. Testing, testing. So obviously, we need to make sure that we've got the settings correct with the USB microphone plugged in. And let's just make sure that we do have all the settings done correctly. And we can see if this is recording or not. So right now, the green means that it is recording. As you can see, that green light now blinking away. When it is red, that means it is not recording. So very simply, the operation just runs on that simple button there to record when it's green and flashing and red. Mutes the microphone and any sounds going into it, of course. So very responsive button right there to operate the Hiwill USB condenser microphone. So once again, green records, pressing again, red stops any recording or audio from going or being fed back into the computer or PC. So there we go. Nice, simple operation. So that's the Hiwill USB condenser microphone. Thanks for watching and happy recording!